everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday Wrap-Up, your weekly entertainment wrap-up brought to you by Borderline Entertainment live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on twitch.tv/Borderline Entertainment. And if you're watching it on YouTube, that means you're catching it 2 days later. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It means that you're getting all the cool edits and cuts, and it's not as long, and you don't get all the pandering that we have. However, if you do catch it on Wednesdays, you'll get it live, you'll get it uncut, and most of all, you get to be a part of the conversation as a part of the live audience. Now, tonight, I am joined again by Mr. Will Evans. Welcome, Will.
Thank you. Pleasure to be back. Excited for all the topics that we have going on, and just continually being honored to be part of this ongoing series. So really excited to dive in here.
Boom, boom. As always, this episode is brought to you by our patrons. Don't forget, you can be one too. Head over to patreon.com, search Borderline Entertainment, and just consider giving $1. Because again, that dollar, if there's a million of you, that's $1 million freaking dollars that could go to the greatest cause ever. And that would be Borderline Entertainment. My goodness. Now, quick note. We're going to do some housekeeping. I've already given Will the heads up. Normally, our episodes last roughly 30, 40, 45 minutes, you would say, ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
On a good day, they're an hour.
Yeah.
But we're going to try and make this the best 30 minutes of your life. Not because we have pressing things to get to, but we do understand that it's also a weeknight. Everybody's tired. And your typical TV programming is 30 minutes. So we're going to try and, again, make this the best 30 minutes that you've ever had. So with that, we're going to get started. That brings us to our first story, our Apple of the Week, the best news story in entertainment news. And that's going to, Kingdom Hearts 3, finally.
It's, how long? Let's see, 13 years?
Yeah, 2006.
A legitimate Kingdom Hearts. 13 years. It's been 13 years since Kingdom Hearts 2 was released. I'm stoked. I'm excited. I had it pre-ordered. I have not been able to play it yet. This is why I have not played it yet. Ran into this issue, pre-ordered the game, super excited to download it. Oh, wait, it's actually the wrong code. So, if you had pre-ordered on Amazon and you are still stumped as to why you cannot download the game because it tells you to go to a different web page and it keeps flipping you back and forth between Microsoft's and Microsoft.com and your Xbox, go to Amazon, go to your software library, hit redeem on my Xbox, and it will auto-populate a new code, a different code, and you will be able to download it. I had to find this out the hard way and the frustrating way. That is why I am not 3 to 4 hours deep in the game, as I would have liked to have been before this podcast. So. But I'm really excited to dive into it, sink my teeth into it, and just get all the feels.
And you never played any of the spin-off games, right?
I did not, because I did not, as a youth, have $1 billion to spend on 5 different handheld devices to play these games. I am Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm a console purist when it comes to this.
Yeah.
And I unfortunately am an Xbox player, so I did not get all the remasters, the remixes, the billion different things that they did with the series. But I unfortunately did not get those, and was super salty when they came out with the final remixes with everything included leading up to 3. I don't know why they decided to do that for just PlayStation, but...
I mean, they're keeping it home. Kingdom Hearts started on PlayStation.
Xbox. That just didn't... Riddle me that. It just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make a lick of sense to me.
It doesn't make sense, but Timesark in the chat is glad to hear that you are a Kingdom Hearts fan.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you're a fan.
We have Arbooth Naughty saying, and hopefully I said that correctly, and I apologize if I butchered that. I'm only 4 hours in and obsessed. What are you most excited about diving into the game? Well, that's clearly for you, because you know me. I'm not playing it yet until I've gone back through the games again.
So I have not played 1 and 2 in a long time. But I think the thing that's really stuck with me from it's all attached to memory, right? And I just love the purity of the first one. I think over time the story has gotten very convoluted, but at the end of the day, it's all about the story. It's all about the purity of the messages behind, the characters, the relationships. I love that. I'm excited to see that explored even further, and concluded. This is the conclusion to the series.
This is it.
Which is, it's hard to believe, considering we've waited so long for this additional console game. But that's what I'm most excited about, is just kind of getting back to these characters, getting a feel for where they're at now, who they are now. There's been a lot of change with them over time. And that's probably the biggest thing I'm looking forward to. End of the day, Kingdom Hearts 3 is out. Finally, I'm excited. Everyone should be excited. For those that are playing it, I am super jealous.
And honestly, Kingdom Hearts, you would have gotten the Apple of the Week without us saying anything, purely because you came out. It was released. That's Apple enough.
That's the biggest thing. After a lot of waiting and a lot of back and forth on when it was actually going to be released, we have it now, and it's great.
Really quickly, so yes, Borderline Beast, Kiba is here, and I thought this the other day, Will. Look at him. Doesn't he look like Sora? Just a little bit? Kiba, look over here.
A little bit. Yeah, just a little bit.
We're going to wrap it up. The first section, Apple of the Week. Best entertainment news topic. That goes to you, Kingdom Hearts. Thank you very much for being a real thing. But as we say, not all news is good news. It brings us to our Onion of the Week, the worst news story in entertainment news. And that sadly is going to Nintendo, because today, the eShop on the Nintendo Wii, it dies. Kaput. We all know Will, he's not a Nintendo believer.
No, I'm not that I'm not a Nintendo believer.
What was the last Nintendo console that you owned?
I'm a 64 purist, man.
Okay.
That's all I need.
Hashtag get this man a Switch. He needs one. Will, what's it going to take to get you a Switch? That's happening right now in the chat.
$3.99. That's the price I'm looking for with a Switch. If anyone wants to buy me a Switch, I will take a Switch.
But anyways, back to the Onion of the Week. The Nintendo eShop on the Wii specifically dies today. And that really is a sad thing. Now, I don't know about you, but I like to keep all of my old consoles. I've got them all, even if I'm not using them right now. I've got a tub. But anyway, sometimes I do break these things out. And the Wii is one of those that I always come back to. I was totally the Wii Sports guy. Hey, have a bunch of people over and let's go bowling for the night. It was fun. But I was also a huge eShop guy. I bought a lot of games on there, especially the Virtual Console. There were so many titles on there that were truly a gem. And, we're not going to spend too much time on this, but it really is just a sad thing to see it go. And it thus shows that if you don't buy games physically, not all of your digital purchases are going to be there for you forever. I think really that's what this is illustrating. Even though we're moving towards an all digital future, it seems like it's terrifying, because we're seeing with the eShop shutting down that it's not always going to be there for us.
It is interesting that you do mention that. That's one thing that we need to be cognizant of, is with all these digital purchases, is how long is that going to be around? New platforms are going to come out. And so I am someone who's always typically liked to have that hard copy, right? But now more recently, I am finding myself just doing the digital downloads. Case in point, Kingdom Hearts 3. Did the same thing with Red Dead Redemption. So it is something that I am worried about. There have been talks of the next consoles coming out. That was some other news that dropped today with PS5. What's that going to look like? I think it's also marking the end of the Wii area, in my opinion, because I can't tell you, I think the only times I played Wii is when I was, babysitting some family members when they were younger, and it's like, oh, hey, you know what, you don't want to go to bed, let's tire you out with some Wii, let's play some tennis really quickly, boom, you're out of there, let's go.
The worst, and for today, we're going to say the saddest news story in entertainment news goes to Nintendo and the shutting down of the eShop. And we're gonna find that chuckle, hopefully, with this next one.
Love me a good chuckle.
Brings us to the banana of the week, the funniest news story in entertainment news. Let me just say that when we say this, hopefully you don't think poorly of us for thinking that this is funny. But with that, the banana of the week goes to GameStop because their shares took a huge crap. Everybody has a neighborhood GameStop. It was the place where you did your midnight releases. You sat outside all night just to get a copy of Skyrim Limited Edition, never to open it up, and it's still in the closet in the box. And so then you buy it years later when it gets remade. But you know that place because we all know that place. Well, what you didn't know is that they're having some problems. Recently, they've been searching for a buyer. That's how bad it's been.
I think it was yesterday.
It was yesterday. So this was a day ago. This came out that they stopped searching for a buyer. With that came a plummet in their shares. I mean, they just tanked. And so the world lit on fire. I mean, not literally, but the entertainment world, the internet, my Twitter and Reddit were exploding because everybody thinks that this spells doom for GameStop. And now we do have something in the chat saying, do you think that Game Informer is going to take a hit with the potential close of GameStop? Now, that brings up a good point because GameStop is more than just the physical stores. There's Game Informer, they have GameStop TV, that's another thing, and then Think Geek, they own that, which also is kind of separate because GameStop, that's the video game store where you're buying used games. We're not going to say trading in games because we all know that we're getting 30 cents, right?
There was nothing more frustrating than turning in literally 30 games and getting 30 cents back. Nothing more frustrating.
But do I think that this is going to affect Game Informer? I think now at this point, Game Informer has done well at separating itself. If GameStop were to dissolve, of course, I think they're going to take somewhat of a hit. But I think that they're going to make it through.
Because does anyone remember Blockbuster? We've seen this happen before, and I'm curious as to why this is maybe coming as such a shock to individuals. It really is just funny to me because honestly, it's going the way of the Wii.
Yeah, oh my gosh, don't! That was the saddest story. Don't do that. I mean, I think you hit the nail right on the head with Blockbuster because now everybody's using Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus is coming, the DC streaming service, Nickelodeon has their own streaming service. So it makes perfect sense.
So there's going to be this introduction of new competitors within the field. And
yeah.
I'm excited for that. I'll be interested to see what the market looks like when more competitors do enter new competition. But I really do feel that this is something that was at some point inevitable, and I'm actually very surprised at the longevity that they've had, given the state of the transformation of the industry.
Yeah, really quickly, comment aimed at you, Will. They want to know who hurt you. Who hurt you, Will? Who at GameStop? Who hurt you?
It wasn't one individual. It was trade-ins. Yeah, that's all.
and to wrap up, we sound very morose towards the end here. In a way, it is a little bit sad. To finish out that comment, they were excited to see a warm body, and it was heartbreaking. I have friends that do work at GameStop, and it is sad to think about how this might affect them. But on the other side of that, with those used sales, the creators of those games, they don't see any return from that. So in a way, GameStop has hurt the gaming industry, and that's why we see so many online sales. So, Banana of the Week, congratulations, GameStop, you get it. We saw this coming. It was kind of funny. And that brings us to our last story. Our Muffin of the Week, our personal favorite news story in entertainment news, goes to Dragon Ball. More specifically, Dragon Ball Z. I am a huge Dragon Ball fan. And this has, the past year-ish has been a phenomenal year for Dragon Ball fans. They had, recently, it was a big world championship. And at that world championship, they, dropped a trailer randomly. Nobody saw it coming. And it was this teaser trailer for this upcoming Dragon Ball Z RPG. And they were touting this to be the first RPG for Dragon Ball games. I've played a lot of Dragon Ball games. I don't know, Will, have you played any Dragon Ball games at all?
No, I have not played any Dragon Ball games, nor have I been as devoted to the series as you, and have been a big fan. I certainly enjoy it.
Yeah.
And what ultimately I've always wanted to do is just go back and rewatch everything.
Do it.
And I think maybe that will help in maybe sparking my interest into playing some of these games.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard nothing but great things, and it's very cool to have gotten this feedback from the community that's been so devoted to the series. And I think there had been a period where there just wasn't a whole lot of great content that was coming out related to it.
There was a period of time where there was just like Dragon Ball games vomited out at you and they were just not good. I am so excited for this game for numerous reasons. When I watched the trailer, and I rewatched it a couple times because I'm looking for things. I've played a few Dragon Ball games that were RPG-ish, so I am really optimistic to see why this is called the first true Dragon Ball RPG. And it's being developed by CyberConnect 2. That might not be a very familiar name to a lot of people, but to me, being an anime fan and a video game fan, CyberConnect 2 has made a lot of great games. Ones that really come to mind for me are the Ninja Storm series for Naruto fans. Thinking about those games, I'm very, very optimistic. And again, that trailer was gorgeous. But that is our muffin of the week. Dragon Ball Z, congratulations. Bandai Namco, CyberConnect 2, my faith is in you. You can do this. The fans are behind you. Again, congratulations to all of our winners tonight. Our Apple of the Week, Kingdom Hearts 3. Onion of the Week, Wii eShop shutting down. Banana of the Week, GameStop. And then our Muffin of the Week goes to Dragon Ball Z RPG. Will, really quickly, what are you doing this weekend and where can people find you?
Yeah, so this weekend, you know what? It's gonna be a Kingdom Hearts weekend. And if you want to follow me, wow, that'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Friends.
Friends. I love new friends. Instagram. So it's WEV4NS24. That's my Instagram. Twitter, which I'm getting better at being on, is WEV4NS44. But also make sure that you're following Borderline Entertainment, most importantly.
Do it. It's good for you. This weekend, I am going to be finishing the Ted Bundy documentary, the Hidden Tapes one on Netflix. Yeah, working my way through that. But on Saturday night, I'm going to a buddy's house, and we are going to be speed running the 20th anniversary edition of Resident Evil, and then going straight into Resident Evil 2 remake. So super pumped about that. It's going to be fun. If you want to find me, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at @greenriver07. I post mostly on Twitter. Instagram, I'm kind of all over the place. But if you want to connect with us like we want to connect with you, you can find Borderline Entertainment on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So please find us there, like, comment, follow, subscribe, all of those goodies, because we've got a lot of stuff coming. And we want, again, you to be a part of that conversation. Share this with your friends. But for Will, I'm Asa. Be well, Borderline fan.